Hello, you're watching News9 Live. The BJP seems to be demanding its pound of flesh from Edappadi Palaniswamy's AIADMK ahead of the 2024 parliamentary elections. This is all, of course, in the state of Tamil Nadu. The Saffron Party has asked for 13 seats in Tamil Nadu to contest. Top BJP leaders JP Nadda and Amit Shah have made the demand in an interaction with the AIADMK leaders in New Delhi. The NDA alliance in Tamil Nadu is headed by the AIADMK, which has allotted the BJP 5 seats in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. The discussion was carried out at the residence of Home Minister Amit Shah and in the presence of Tamil Nadu BJP chief K. Annamalai. EPS has meanwhile reiterated that the AIADMK's alliance with the BJP shall remain intact and will continue till the next time. And to speak more on this, I am being joined first up by my colleague Brijesh Pandey in the studio. You know, Indian politics changes colors like that. It's the proverbial chameleon, as it were. But I haven't seen such a change, Brijesh, in a long time. Yesterday we did a story. The spokesperson of AIADMK was with us, Kovai Satyan, and he said there is no alliance. Maybe there's an alliance, but one thing is there. K. Annamalai is persona non grata. Today, EPS comes out and addresses the media in Delhi and says, there is nothing wrong between us and Annamalai. That is one aspect. Part B, which is actually should be A1, is last time they got, 4 or 5 seats. This time they are wanting 13 seats. अब ये समझ नहीं आ रहा जैसे हिंदी में कहते किस बिना पर भाई last time you won no seats, you've got no kind of leg in into Tamil Nadu. What is going on? Is it the Delhi BJP which is actually putting pressure, you think?
Well, absolutely. And they see, you have to understand one thing very clearly, that whenever a party which is the government in the center, they sense they smell trouble. That is where they wade in. This is exactly what the BJP is doing. You know, when both factions are, asking for help from Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah, it gives BJP a leverage against AIADMK. And, I think, yesterday's message was very clear that, I think some sort of message must have also been passed to AIADMK that you cannot make these kind of disparaging remarks against their state chief. And that is the reason why, this Palaniswamy went on to say that there is no problem between us and Annamalai. See, the point is that BJP does not have much of a say. It's evident that they're trying to gain they're trying to gain stature, and Annamalai has said before 2-3 times, much to the chagrin of the central leadership, who later on reprimanded him, when he said that the growth should be organic. And we should not grow on the crutches of AIADMK, because that would be going back to the promises of probity and clean government which we have made to the people of Tamil Nadu. But the fact is that they are not a player there. And I think what the BJP is trying to do is that they are asking for number, so that even when if they have to go back on the number which they will get will still be far more than the number of seats which they contested last time.
There are two dichotomies here, Brijesh. One is that as a Dravidian party, when AIADMK, had a truck with the BJP and alliance, that itself goes against the grain of Dravidian parties. Look at the DMK. They are very clear. Nothing to do with this so-called Hindi imposing, Hindi speaking North Indian party. Number two, obviously, that they decided to have an alliance with the BJP, that itself is a big blot. They lost the elections last time. You can never say in Tamil Nadu, because it also does you, then me, then you, and so on. But the point is, do you think this will go against the AIADMK even further in the perception of the people, Brijesh?
Well, absolutely, it will. It has to, because what the DMK will drive home the point is that after the much bravado and the kind of statement which was made by the AIADMK the spokesperson in our show only, that there is only one lion in the den, and that lion is the AIADMK. Who is Annamalai? He's just a nobody, after rubbishing him so solidly. And with now the BJP is asking for 13 out of 39 states which they have a bare minimal presence. this speaks volumes about the kind of turnaround which they have done. And this will give DMK a lot of firepower to hit out at AIADMK, is that how they have sold the Tamilian pride, and now how they are growling at the feet of both Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah to get some degree of respect from there. And I think DMK stands to gain maximum if once this narrative gains credence there.
Absolutely, Brijesh, it's a leg up for the DMK in a big fashion. KV Lakshmanan, senior journalist, is joining us, as well as Venkat Narayan, who's also a senior journalist. Warm welcome to both of you. Mr. Narayan, like I was telling my colleague Brijesh here, and Mr. Narayan, what is very surprising is, a day before, if you saw Edappadi Palaniswamy in front of the media dismissed Annamalai and said, in Tamil of course, avar patti idella kekadhenga, meaning don't ask me things about him, he doesn't matter, he's immature, stuff like that. Today, there is a complete turnaround. He says everything is hunky-dory between those two. And also, it seems like the BJP is now wanting more seats from the AIADMK than ever before. 13 is what our sources telling us. Do you think that is even possible?
Well, the AIADMK and Annamalai have been very dismissive of each other. Annamalai has been saying that let the BJP go to the polls on its own. And, he also has made some nasty comments about the DMK, and he has released what he calls DMK files. And also he has released 2 audios of the DMK finance minister, Palanivel Tyagarajan, and who claims that they are fake and so on. The thing is, the BJP has no presence at all in Tamil Nadu, let's face it.
Right.
In the assembly elections, they polled 3.66% of the popular vote. They were given 20 seats to contest from. They managed to win only 4. So in a situation where now they are demanding 13, that is 1/3, every third seat that will go to parliament, elections in Tamil Nadu, they are asking. I think they're trying to revive the kind of understanding the Congress party had with the DMK and AIADMK during the time of MGR and Karunanidhi and Indira Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. In those days, the deal was 2/3 of the assembly seats would be fought by the Dravidian party and 1/3 given to the Congress party.
Right.
And in parliament, 1/3 will be fought by the Dravidian party and 2/3 by the ruling party at the center. But the BJP is in no position to make that kind of claim.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Mr. Narayan, I'm interjecting you in this fashion. But then don't you think the 13 seats seems to be preposterous? Because like you said, they don't have a presence in Tamil Nadu. Also, the 2 parties, the alliance partners, seem to be, bickering time and time again. 13 seats is a bit, when you ask for seats. Of course, we saw a lot of dramatic scenes even when the last elections in Tamil Nadu had unfolded. We saw the Congress and, and of course, the DMK fighting over seats. But the point is, what really I can't fathom and, my mind boggles is, do you think that this demand must have come from the central dispensation, this or nothing else? Do you think this is kind of an arm twist tactic also somewhere?
No, the thing is, AIADMK is not in power at the moment.
Yeah.
Their performance has been miserable. In the last Lok Sabha elections, the DMK pocketed 38 of the 39 seats.
Yes.
AIADMK ended up with just 1 seat. So if the AIADMK condescends to give all the 13 seats to the BJP, there is every danger of the BJP doing very badly in most of the states. I wonder even if they will be able to win 1 or 2 seats. So, but that is a different picture altogether. This may be a bargaining point at this point of time. You still have a whole year to go before the elections take place in Tamil Nadu and the rest of India for the Lok Sabha polls. So they might settle for maybe half of them or 10. We'll have to see.
Right.
Sudha?
Yeah, yes, sir. Let me now go to Lakshmanan. Lakshmanan, What do you make of this? I mean, the thing is that as someone who is a very close political, watcher, who writes, who's a very well-known journalist, 13 seats? I mean, what are they thinking is my first reaction. And the second is, I just feel that the shadow of Shah and Modi is looming very large here. It is not Annamalai. It is not the TN BJP which is speaking. The Delhi BJP is speaking, as in the central dispensation. They seem to be calling the shots very clearly, and also they must have told EPS, instead of fighting with Annamalai so openly, it's better you kind of, extend an olive branch now. Enough is enough.
Clearly, Delhi BJP thinks that it is just AIADMK is depending on us for its own survival. That is the impression that BJP may have got. But on the ground in Tamil Nadu, everyone I tend to agree with, I mean, there is nothing to agree with the ground reality that BJP is nowhere. In some places, it scores less than Nota. So, and it is an alliance that BJP wants. And since it is in power in center, and also you must, in this context, remember the very threats that Annamalai had made that he will, after DMK files, he is going to come out with AIADMK files. So it is a sign of a coercion, apparent coercion from the center to AIADMK to look at its position and then, rethink its position that we are the big brother, we will be dictating the alliance, and even on the ground it is Annamalai who is appearing to be the force as a opposition party, relegating AIADMK to the second position, so to speak.
Right.
So, but BJP has always been trying to adopt a big brotherly attitude towards all of its allies, and it comes as no surprise in Tamil Nadu either.
Right. Brijesh, I wanted to ask you that, look at it, the DMK, any ruling dispensation in Tamil Nadu, of course, and it happens with most states, but particularly in Tamil Nadu, people are fed up. They are looking for alternatives now. Now, the thing is, what is this kind of perception which is being created amongst people because of this suddenly we are fighting today, we are friends tomorrow, opportunism? Also, the big brother attitude of the BJP. The Tamils, let me tell you, I am sure other states are, not just because I am a Tamilian, but there is a sense of dignity. There is sense of that we are who we are, and no one is going to come and tell us what to do. I mean, the electorate also pretty much behaves like that, So, do you think this is going to send a bad message or a wrong message amongst the electorate for the AIADMK?
It will definitely send a wrong message to the electorate, and also I think, it would be music to the ears of DMK, who would be using this this entire information to their advantage by saying that, how AIADMK has surrendered the Tamil pride in front of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. And they will want to extract every ounce of political mileage out of this information. See, it has never worked. And what the BJP is trying to do is something which the Congress tries to do in the state of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Right. Where, you demand your pound of flesh which is disproportionate to your existing strength in that particular state. The resultant is not only you lose badly, but the party on whose shoulder you are trying to make an electoral entry, they also suffer badly. This is exactly what will happen in Tamil Nadu if AIADMK gives BJP seat to anywhere near 13. Yeah. It's like, practically asking for moon, given the BJP's performance till now in the state of Tamil Nadu. It also shows one thing very clearly, that AIADMK right now is dependent on the central leadership.
Clearly.
Dependent. So, irrespective of the noise and sound and fury which we have been hearing for the last 10-15 days, as well, Annamalai is this and we only deal with this, we are the lions, we are the den, jungle, all kind of, masculine imagery about, how strong we are. The end resultant is that, the kind of submissive tone with which Palaniswamy was telling about, no, there is nothing wrong, and other people sitting there, it was a clear message to them that they are not the dominant narrative, or they are not the dominant force as they would want everybody else to believe. And that is not good optics. That is bad optics, because it shows that you are beholden to the powers in the center, and there is no way you are going to behave the way DMK does. And for DMK, it's music to the ears, because this helps them in further diminishing the existence of AIADMK in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Right. Mr. Narayan, I want to ask you something that, come elections, and like Brijesh was saying, this will be music to the ears of the DMK. Let's look at a hypothetical situation which could as well be true. I mean, we don't want to punt, but let's do it. The AIADMK loses, right, because of whatever reasons. What happens to Annamalai then? Because everyone will say that here was a man who was very gung-ho, very, very aggressive, who was seen there, out there. EPS warned that, don't take him seriously, but still the central dispensation, meanwhile, they gave him all the credence. But finally, Mr. Narayan, what happens to then someone like Annamalai?
Sudha, Annamalai has been saying that let's not depend on any Dravidian parties. Let us create our own, base. And he has been opposed to continuing with the AIADMK. So, the DMK has all the advantages, and it has been, coming up with the anti-Hindi sentiment.
Right.
The Tamils at large also share that kind of thing. But given that in the current Lok Sabha, the AIADMK has got just one seat and BJP none, I don't see them their performance getting any better in the coming election in the next year, Sudha. So, it would be only, speculating on something which is not terribly important, because the BJP is not going to lose its sleep over, loss of elections in the Lok Sabha in Tamil Nadu, for the simple reason that it has no presence in the Lok Sabha from Tamil Nadu. So it's no big deal.
But then
asking for 13 seats is really silly.
Yes.
And they might end up losing all the seats, and
Absolutely.
with,
Yeah, but Mr. Narayan, sure that they don't have a presence in Tamil Nadu, but BJP is one party which does not give up. Look at the kind of, outreach in Kerala, for instance. I mean, Kerala, they have no presence, but they are trying to woo the bishops, they are trying to woo the minorities. I mean, their legwork goes on round the clock. The kind of look south approach of Prime Minister Modi has been unprecedented. I mean, no Prime Minister I know who has focused so much on Tamil Nadu. Your language is most ancient, your culture is fantastic, you people are so great. So, all that is not said just because he is an admirer, because he is after all not an anthropologist, he is a politician. So, don't you think that just to say that they don't have any presence, therefore they are not interested, is kind of underestimating Mr. Modi?
No, not really. Mr. Modi works very hard at winning elections, at the national level to assembly level to municipal corporation elections. Thank God he doesn't go for campaigning in municipal wards elections and all that. Maybe they should keep trying, and by the year 2050 they might get lucky. They might improve their voting percentage from 4% at the moment to maybe 10 or 12%. But, Annamalai's dream is to emerge as the second biggest party. That is not likely to happen, I'm afraid, in the current leadership's lifetime. Annamalai is still a young gentleman, and maybe 25 years down the line, in his 50s or 60s, he might get lucky. Who knows? Let us see.
Right. Mr. Lakshmanan, what I find very interesting is that Annamalai wants to go it alone. He says, let's not have a truck with any Dravidian parties. Obviously, he will have no truck with the DMK. AIADMK, he has a truck with, at least officially. But the point is, Annamalai's dream seems to be a bit like, Don Quixote. I mean, you can't possibly go it alone in Tamil Nadu, because the BJP, I mean, imagine. So, don't you, like I keep asking, tomorrow Edappadi will go back to being Edappadi, Palaniaswamy is the general secretary, even if he loses. What happens to someone like Annamalai, who has a dream which will never perhaps for many years come to fruition?
A loss in the Lok Sabha election could be possible, because DMK still have enjoying the honeymoon period with the voters as well, and the overall national political scenario, and given the specific nature of Tamil Nadu and Dravidian politics, with DMK occupying prime position at the moment, Annamalai would be under threat from within the BJP in Tamil Nadu should the result be very poor. As it is, there are many people in BJP local unit who don't like his leadership style or function. At the moment, he has the solid backing of the national leadership, which is why even Edapadi had to fall in line. But in the eventuality of a poor result within Tamil Nadu, and what if BJP is unable to replicate its previous performance and comes down a bit nationally, in any eventuality, the situation for Annamalai, given his nature and his style of functioning, he should better watch out for his own position within the state leadership itself.
Right. You know, Brijesh, the point is that that picture, you know, which we just saw, where Annamalai is sitting there facing EPS and with Mr. Nadda and Amit Shah, says a lot of things. The picture speaks 1,000 words.
Oh yes, oh yes.
You know, this picture is look at it. I mean, they are
this
both.
picture is, there is a picture of everybody is equal in this room.
Yes.
And it's not like, you know, AIADMK spokesperson talking down to Annamalai and saying it doesn't exist for us. EPS saying this. He's in the same room, occupying the same chair.
Yes.
It's not like, you know, he's standing there somewhat differential.
Like a supplicant, yes.
Differential to EPS and all. He's standing there, sitting in the front row. See, you have to also, you know, win or loss. I'm not getting into that. But what I'm saying is that you have to also appreciate the kind of messaging which the BJP does. In the state of Telangana, where they're trying their level best to make an inroad and, you know, expand their southern surge, there were talks about, you know, who's going to lead the pack. Right. And once they decided on Bandi Sanjay, you know, when the Prime Minister came and the Home Minister Amit Shah came, you know, patting on his back, talking to him and treating him as an equal, by sending an unequivocal message to the crowd at large and especially to their party leaders that he's the chosen one. Yes. And he will call the shots. So either shape up or ship out. Ship out, yeah. So that messaging is also very, very important, something which we don't see in Congress. That messaging is important, that he's our guy. Right, wrong, win, lose, that's besides the point. The same message has been given to AIADMK, I think, by making Annamalai sit there inside that room. Yeah, because you know your spokesperson can be dismissive of Annamalai, but he occupies prior to the place in the same room.
Egg on their faces,
egg on
as
their
it
faces.
were.
Absolutely.
APS, this is a big, because that picture.
If I am such a big shot, if I am the lion in the den, then there would be picture of only 3 people. Yeah. JP Nadda, Amit Shah, EPS. Yes. There won't be like, you know, 5 people, 6 people, I can understand, but definitely not the person I would call an absolute nobody sitting in that room, sitting right opposite me.
Absolutely. And you know, a lot of people have said this many a time. They have said that why is it that the EPS cannot unhook himself from the BJP and say, hey, I'm going alone because being with you has really not helped me very much.
Well, I think, you know, they are dependent on BJP for a lot of things. And that is the reason why, you know, they are not able to completely unhook himself. Or it's not that, you know, that EPS is not aware of the political fallout of courting or having this courtship with the BJP. Politicians know a lot more than most of us, and the way they gauge the situation is fantastic. But the fact is, I think that he's too much you know, dependent on the BJP right now, and this is the reason why this particular you know, picture which has gone out would definitely not go down well in the state of Tamil Nadu, where, you know, there's a fierce Tamilian pride, and Stalin is a firm representative of that. I think for DMK, if they do a repeat of this, if of 38-1 again in 2024, I won't be surprised even for a minute. Because if they intend to give even BJP even 10 seats, will ensure that, you know, 10 plus 10 there will be 100% damage in at least 20 to 30 seats. That's for sure.
Mr. Narayan, I just want to ask you that why is it, I mean, Brijesh says they depend a lot, the AIADMK depend a lot on the BJP. But I am asking you that a lot of experts have said it. So far as vote share is concerned, no gains. Actually, they're ideologically very, very different. We saw how they actually, you know, went against each other during that Vetrivel Yatra and several other instances. Why is it so difficult for EPS to say, okay, now is the time, I'm going to cut my cord with you and go it alone? What is the compulsion, you think? Are there cases there? I mean, usually that's what one says, that there could be cases against them, and that's why they, like a caged parrot, stay in that cage and do not fly out.
The thing is, AIADMK is not in power at this point of time, number one. And they have just one seat out of 39 seats in the Lok Sabha. So they are not in a position to dictate terms to a party which is in power at the center, whose goodwill is required for a variety of reasons. And after releasing DMK files, Annamalai has also threatened to release AIADMK files without mentioning the party by name, but other ruling party. You know, since 1967, only AIADMK and DMK have been ruling that state. There was no other third party which ruled Tamil Nadu. So obviously, he is only talking about AIADMK's corruption, in inverted commas. We'll have to see that maybe they, you know, it's impossible to escape the charge of corruption for any regional party or national party in this country, given the amount of money one has to spend on winning even assembly elections in India. So maybe that's why they are siding with the BJP at this point of time. In any case, they don't have any strength in the Lok Sabha. They have got just one seat, and they're not very sure about how many seats they're going to win in the next election. They might bring the number of being demanded by BJP from 11 down to maybe
Right.
5 or 6 or 10. We'll have to see that.
Right.
So there may be some compulsions why the AIADMK is you know, ready to play second fiddle to the BJP at this point of time, Sudha.
Right. You know, Lakshmanan, I want to know from you the entire corruption thing, you know, the DMK files, the so-called unverified clips of PTR, Madurai, etc. Actually, if you look at it, EPS never gave it much importance, you know. He just said, I am going to Delhi to meet with the Delhi and I will present DMK's corruption charge sheet against them. The point is that if you look at it, even the corruption thing, they did not play up of Annamalai. Don't you find it very surprising that it is, but of course, a force like, you know, in the school, the teacher would say, come on, both of you shake hands, say sorry to each other, hug each other, you're friends. It's obvious that this is what they are being made to do, Lakshmana.
These allegations and DMK files and all that, they are taking information from the affidavit they have filed, so which is not a very top secret kind of a thing. Their assets have been revealed. And as to the video, the audio files of PTR, he has already come out with a detailed statement as well as some sort of a video evidence that how things could be doctored. See, this is, I think, the strategy that the BJP had used in West Bengal also. All through the run-up to the assembly elections, there was a spate of allegations and the IT raid and ED action and all. Eventually, it could not dent Trinamool Congress's advance. In fact, it did much better. So maybe by doing this, they are doing DMK a favor, which is slowly getting unpopular at the local level for its it has hiked prices of almost everything, and there have been some governance issues that are now slowly cropping up. But if the BJP's actions could be of a nature that will eventually help DMK.
Right.
In public perception.
Yeah. But all said and done, not a dull moment, you know, when it comes to politics in Tamil Nadu. Completely run out of time. Let's see in the coming few days what this marriage of convenience between AIADMK and BJP results in. Thank you so much, Brajesh. Thanks is due to Mr. Narayan and also to Lakshmanan. Thank you for watching. And for all the news and analysis, keep watching News9 Live.